Welcome back to my another interesting video. In this video I will explain you about deadly infectious disease that is coronavirus, COVID-19. In this video I will answer some of your questions like: what is the coronavirus? What are the particular symptoms of COVID-19? How, when and where corona took its birth? How does it spread? How can I avoid catching the coronavirus? Are antibiotics effective in preventing or treating the COVID-19? Without wasting the time, let's begin this video. What is the coronavirus? Answer for this question is: coronavirus disease, COVID-19, is an infectious disease caused by a newly discovered coronavirus. Coronaviruses are a family of hundreds of viruses that can cause fever, respiratory problems, and sometimes gastrointestinal symptoms too. What are the particular symptoms of COVID-19? Answer for this question is: the most common symptoms of COVID-19 are fever, tiredness, and dry cough. Some patients may have aches and pains, nasal congestion, runny nose, sore throat, or diarrhea. How, when and where corona took its birth? Answer for this question is: the first cases were identified at the Wuhan, the capital city of China's Hubei province, on January 21, 2020. When hospitals started seeing patients with severe pneumonia, like the viruses that cause MERS and SARS, the new coronavirus appears to have originated. After many experiments, they found the pathogen that is COVID-19, named by World Health Organization. How does it spread? Answer for this question is: the COVID-19 virus spreads primarily through droplets of saliva or discharge from the nose when an infected person coughs or sneezes, so it's important that you also practice respiratory etiquette, for example, by coughing into a flexed elbow. This is why it is important to stay more than 1 meter, 3 feet, away from a person who is sick. How can I avoid catching the coronavirus? Answer for this question is: wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands, you get the point. Wash your hands with good soaps, sanitizer, etc. I have a small video clip which is about use of sanitizer or a soap water. Let's watch it.
Hey Isa, dip your finger inside the virus water. Okay. Did the virus move at all? Did any of the pepper flakes move? No, right? Okay. Now Isa, take out your finger. Do you see any virus on your finger? Any pepper on your finger? Yes. Okay. Now, we don't want the virus on our finger, right, you guys? So, Isa, can I ask you to dip your finger in soap, clean your finger? Okay? This is the importance of how we wash our hands. Now, Isa, does your finger have soap in it?
Yes.
Okay, now can you dip your finger back in the virus?
How did it move?
Do you see that?
Yeah. It moved.
You guys saw that?
Yeah.
You see how important it is to wash our hands?
Maintain at least 1 meter, 3 feet, distance between yourself and anyone who is coughing or sneezing. Avoid touching eyes, nose, and mouth. Make sure you, and the people around you, follow good respiratory hygiene. This means covering your mouth and nose with your bent elbow or tissue when you cough or sneeze. Then dispose of the used tissue immediately. Stay home if you feel unwell. If you have a fever, cough, and difficulty breathing, seek medical attention and call in advance. Follow the directions of your local health authority. Are you a healthcare worker? If not, don't buy a face mask that depletes supplies for the health professionals who need them. Same goes for gloves. Are antibiotics effective in preventing or treating the COVID-19? Answer for this question is: no. Antibiotics do not work against viruses. While some Western, traditional, or home remedies may provide comfort and alleviate symptoms of COVID-19, there is no evidence that current medicine can prevent or cure the disease. Not yet. To date, there is no vaccine and no specific antiviral medicine to prevent or treat COVID-19. However, those affected should receive care to relieve symptoms. What measure took by different countries to protect people from coronavirus? Countries around the world are intensifying their efforts to try to stop the spread of coronavirus. A lot of countries have now limited entry, or imposed other forms of restriction on travelers. And airlines have also cancelled flights on some routes. A lot of countries have now limited entry, or imposed other forms of restriction on travelers. Australia and New Zealand have said they are banning entry to all foreigners. The US has told its citizens not to travel outside the country. China and other Asian countries are beginning to see some cases being brought back from abroad. China is now requiring anyone who has visited countries with severe outbreaks to quarantine themselves for 14 days if they want to visit certain areas. India has suspended all visas for foreigners until mid-April, and Japan has banned entry to certain categories of Chinese nationals and non-nationals who have been in Iran, South Korea, or Italy in the past 2 weeks. 107 countries had closed all their schools. A further 12 had closed some schools at a local level. The Republic of Ireland has already closed its schools and colleges until March 29. The UK announced on March 18 that all schools would be closing until further notice. China shut schools in many areas, and Japan has asked all schools to close until the end of the school year, which is in late March. Coronavirus is having a major impact on the sporting calendar. Football matches were already being cancelled or played in empty stadiums, but after a number of players and coaches tested positive for the virus in various countries, the authorities have now gone further. Formula One motor racing, UEFA, the Indian Wells tennis tournament in California and many other games have been postponed. Even IPL is also postponed for 15 tons of April 2020, but then too it is not final date. It's time for facts. Many countries announced lockdown in their countries. It had advantages and disadvantages. Like disadvantage was it affected daily wage-based workers, and advantages was it controlled air pollution like this.
This is China covered in pollution last year. This year, the skies are clear, causing a huge drop in pollutants like nitrogen dioxide.
Drastic quarantine measures implemented by Chinese authorities have resulted in significantly cleaner air, a small victory against global warming.